Hey Utah families, it's Corinne Johnson here with Utah Parents United, and we are talking about a very important piece of legislation tonight, HB60. And this is a bill that we had been waiting to come out of Rules Committee and become public for quite a while. In fact, this is a second step process to the work we did in the summer with SB 2004, where we made sure that businesses couldn't discriminate against employees and had to provide exemptions if they were to require vaccine status in the summertime. And this is the next step. We at Utah Parents United believe in parents' ability and the ability of the family to participate in society free of discrimination on the basis of their immunity status. And we know that this issue is very important to all the parents across Utah. So please share this video, share with your friends, your neighbors, put it on Facebook, and grab the link, text it to whoever you can, because this issue is critical during this session to get legislation passed that does protect us from discrimination based on our immunity status. So what I want to do tonight is walk you really quickly through the bill and then give you a little bit of information on how you can impact your legislator and let them know how you want them to vote on this piece of legislation. So first off, if you go to utahparentsunited.org, right on our homepage, we have our legislative bill tracker. And this is a fantastic resource for families. We don't track every bill. We definitely track bills that have to do with parental rights and education, but we hope that you will go and look at these bills and see what our priorities are this legislative session and form your opinion on it, and then share your voice with your representative. So you'll see quite a few bills there in our tracker, and HB60 is one of our priority bills during this legislative session. So let's talk for a minute about this bill. Some of the key highlights of this bill is that this bill makes it unlawful for businesses to discriminate against an individual based on the individual's immunity status. It prohibits a government entity from requiring proof of immunity status. It makes it unlawful for an employer to discriminate based on immunity status or to require proof of immunity status. And it also prohibits a government entity or employer from requiring an individual to receive a vaccine if the vaccine is authorized for emergency use or ongoing safety trials. So you can see this is a long list of things that this bill does to protect Utahns from having to prove vaccine status or have proof of vaccination status. So something that's really interesting is this is a piece of legislation that you as parents and as members of Utah Parents United overwhelmingly support. We did a survey during the summer and we had a total of 3,482 responses to this in just a matter of weeks. And one of the questions that we asked during this survey was, would you support legislation that prohibits private business vaccine passports for employees and patrons? And of the 3,482 responses, there was an overwhelming 94.72 response saying, yes, we absolutely support this type of legislation. And so that is part of the reason why we are committed to keeping you updated on this bill and giving you the opportunity to tell your legislator how you feel, because that is an overwhelming response. Only 5.28% of parents who took the survey said that they do not support prohibiting a private business from doing a vaccine mandate. So this is very important to you as parents, so we are on top of this. If you want to know when the committee is going to be meeting and what you can do and how you can track this bill, we really need you guys to sign up for our bill alerts. That is the fastest way to communicate with you. We get 24 hours notice of when these issues go to committee or they go to the House to be voted on. And so if you will go on your phone and text Bills 2022 to 53445, that will get you our bill alerts, and then you will know when this is. So what the special call to action for this right now is, first, reach out to your legislator and let them know that you support this legislation. If you support it, if you're one of these 3,298 people who said they support legislation like this, please let them hear your voice. Please let them know where you stand. And the second thing is if you are a parent and a business owner, your testimony at the committee meeting is going to be key because they already heard from us. And on SB 2004, we had 1,000 people come to the Capitol. It is the most historic committee meeting that they ever had. And they heard hours and hours of public comment. But we are in the middle of a legislative session, and there's a very limited time. They don't have 3 or 4 hours to sit and hear public comment. And the public comment that is going to be most impactful is going to be public comment from business owners. This bill impacts them and their right to do business in a free market. This is the argument that we're hearing about this bill. And while we at Utah Parents United believe this is absolutely a human rights issue and that we have to balance our rights with the ability of a business to do business here in the state, they need to hear from businesses that support this legislation, who also agree that when it comes to immunization and health freedom, that is a fundamental human right, and we cannot allow discrimination. We cannot allow that to happen. We're already seeing the effects of this here in Utah. We have massive venues where children and families want to go to enrich their learning and enrich their experiences, denying them. I can't take my kids to the Utah Symphony or a jazz game or any event at the Vivint Arena because we have made a choice not to vaccinate our kids. So this already is impacting my family. I imagine it's impacting families all across Utah. But for this committee meeting, we want to hear from business owners. So if you're a business owner in Utah and you support HB60, please put a little alert on your phone from our bill tracker and show up at this committee meeting and give comment. So if any of you guys have questions about this bill, let me know, put them here in the chat and we'll talk about it. But this is our big call to action right now to get the information out there about HB60. It's the vaccine mandate bill. And we really encourage you guys to get involved on this issue and make your voice heard. All right, please share this everywhere and just keep up to date with Utah Parents United. We're doing everything we can. We've been up at the Capitol every single day during these first 3 weeks. We're into the 4th week of the session. And we are just there working really hard to make sure that we are doing everything we can to help you protect your right to parent. Okay, have a good night, everybody.